WD18, welcome back to another video, another instant match reaction. I feel like we should come up with a name for this series, maybe walk and talk post-match. Let us know what you think. But it finished at Vicarage Road. Watford 1, Norwich City 2. A game of two halves. I actually feel like that is probably a bit of an understatement because of how bad that first half was from Watford. Probably the worst half I've seen from a Watford team in a long time, and I know that last season under Cleverley in the second half of the season it wasn't great at times. The numbers weren't great, the underlying numbers weren't great, the points return wasn't great, but I don't think we actually ever saw a performance that bad as what we saw in that first half. I thought Watford looked like they lacked energy, lack of sharpness, lack of creativity. To be honest, they looked like 11 players who had never played with each other before, and yeah, it was a really bad first half for Watford. There were, I want to say, 8 or 9 changes for Watford coming off the back of the defeat at Charlton at the weekend. Ucko kept his place in goal, with Ryan Andrews coming in at right back, Max Elaine making his full debut, Kiprianu playing at centre back, with Mark Boller keeping his place in the side as well. Deli Visheru, Edo Kiembe, and God, who else played in midfield? I actually can't remember now, to be honest with you. Deli Bashiru, Edo Kayembe, and then we had Iran Kunda, who was the highlight. Tom Ince was in there as well. Semedo up front as well. God, that is actually really bad. It's completely escaped me who the last man in midfield was. I suppose the nature of the instant reactions in there, but no, maybe that's actually reflective of how the midfield just didn't work tonight in that first half. Nothing was clicking at all in there. It was Jack Greaves, sorry, apologies, I just remembered it was Jack Greaves, but nothing was clicking tonight. We just couldn't string more than 3 passes together, and I think that's where the issues ultimately were rooted. I think when the midfield had the ball, they were too slow to release it. Physically weren't there enough, and Norwich were able just to break through the lines really easily. The first goal, I mean, Diallo, who Watford fans knew would cause us problems just because it was the most Watford thing ever. Him coming into the side, joining Norwich after being linked with Watford for most of the summer, breaking down, managing to dispossess Ryan Andrews, who unfortunately struggled tonight. It's a big opportunity for Ryan, and I don't think he took it, coming off at half-time as well. For Josh Sargent to score, always scores against us in the second goal. I can't actually remember who scored it for Norwich, but Egil pretty much dropped it into a net and should have done better. He'll be really disappointed with that. Despite on the whole, I'm not going to get too down on Selvik because how good he's been for us since he's come in. But yeah, it was a terrible first half. And Watford were booed off at half time, and rightly so. Yeah, it was bad, and I think Pezzolano saw that, made a triple change at half time, with Imran Louza coming on, Jeremy Ngakia coming on, and did Barr come on at that point at half time? And immediately we saw an impact. Barr was so direct and managed to get Watford back into the game, playing off the left hand side and managing to squeeze it in from a tight angle. Kevin Caben also came on around that period at half time as well, managing to squeeze it in. A lovely finish, and Barr was just so dangerous, and Watford kept on probing but didn't really create anything too clear cut and didn't really trouble the Norwich goalkeeper. I think the big concern for me over these first 2 games, Charlton and today, is other than Barr's goal, I don't think we've actually troubled a goalkeeper at all. I don't think either Thomas Kaminski or the Norwich goalkeeper today had to make a save, and that's really concerning for me at least. I think if I'm looking at a positive, obviously the second half was a lot better. We looked more energetic, more cohesive, and I think you could see, Pezzolano probably gave them a rocket at half time. I thought Nestor Iran Kunda was absolutely superb. Was absolutely brilliant tonight. Really sharp, quick, direct, everything that you want from a winger, really. Yeah, I think he staked a claim to start at the weekend against QPR. Dumbia, I thought, did okay the other day. I think Iran Kunda could displace him though. I thought he was that good. But yeah, I mean, I'd actually go as far as saying, based on that first half performance, I think the pressure is on Paulo already, to be honest with you. That's not me saying it. I just think the way that the Pozzos work, the way we know promotion is the aim this season, I think it's actually making Saturday's game now a really important one. at home to Queen's Park Rangers. There's my instant thoughts there. First half really, really poor. Second half better, but still not good enough. Ucko and Bar the standouts, but a lot of work to do. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to WD18. We'll be back for potentially a more in-depth review and a QPR preview. We'll see you all soon. Up the Hornets.